Fox Sports.
Your Rangers look to end their quick homestand with a win in their final regular season game between themselves and the Boston Red Sox. Robbie Ross makes the start today in front of an expected large crowd at Globe Life Park. Happy Mother's Day. We hope the day has been great and is made more special with a Rangers win over the Red Sox. Texas Rangers baseball is presented by AT&T Uber's TV. A crowd of better than 40,000 expected to be on hand on this Mother's Day afternoon. And happy Mother's Day to all your moms out there. Some of the Rangers brought their moms to the ballpark. Michael Joyce, Elvis Andrews with their mothers down on the field prior to today's game. A nice touch of family atmosphere out here at Globe Life Park. And the Rangers hope to make it a familiar family atmosphere with a win over the Red Sox. And welcome in, everyone, along with Tom Green, Steve Busby. Delighted you could join us on this Mother's Day. Hope you're having a great day, all you moms. And Rangers are looking for a great day themselves. One of the guys that hopes to make it that way is Leonys Martin, who has really played well this year at home, Tom.
He has, Buzz. He's kind of gone under the radar. He bats down at the bottom of the lineup. Wash likes him there. It's kind of a comfort zone for him. But he's had a good season. He's played exceptionally well at home. He's had a good series against the Red Sox. Earlier in the series, right down the right field line, a home run. He had a base hit in last night's game. But when you think of Leonys Martin, I think this is what you think of most, at least I do, and that's his throwing arm. Last night, an incredible one-hop throw to the plate to get a fast runner. So he's playing well offensively, he's playing well defensively, and really has all season long, but it comes into play even more so at home.
That it does, and the Rangers hope that they can get the offense back in gear this afternoon and support Robbie Ross Jr., who's trying to turn things around for himself on the mound. For the Rangers and the Red Sox on this Mother's Day, getting set to lock up in the rubber game of this three-game series. We'll have the starting lineups and the first pitch coming up right after this on Fox Sports Southwest. Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Take the EcoBoost Challenge to see why Ford is the best in Texas. By AT&T UVerse TV. Check availability at 1-800-PIC-ATT. Rethink possible. By the all-new Mazda 3 with seamless connectivity. And by Southwest Airlines. Find Southwest Airlines fares online only at southwest.com. A very warm, mostly cloudy, and muggy afternoon here at Globe Life Park. The umpires meeting at home plate. Exchange of the lineup cards. Nice crowd filing in. And before we get underway, let's sit down and say Happy Mother's Day to Emily Jones. Em?
Thanks, Buzz. Appreciate it greatly. A beautiful day, as you mentioned, for baseball here at Globe Life Park in Arlington. And the Rangers, once again, despite all the up and down with the rotation, the lineup, all the adversity that's faced this team, they find themselves yet again in the final game of a series with an opportunity to win it.
You go into every series wanting to win the series, and obviously a sweep is a tough thing to do in baseball. So you go out there and you try to do everything possible to get that 2 out of 3. And obviously, Robbie out there on the mound always gives us a chance.
Yeah, and JP went on to talk about Robbie Ross and how he's been kind of the victim of some bad luck his last couple of times out. Anxious to see how he's going to respond to that today. And I guess that has been kind of, a part of the learning curve with a guy like Robbie Ross who's new to the starting rotation. And Wash and JP and CB are both talking about hoping to see him take a step forward here today, guys.
All right, Emily, thank you. Yeah, the Rangers could use a good outing from Robbie Ross Jr. Robbie Ross Jr. could use a good outing from Robbie Ross Jr. too. It's difficult to keep your wits about you and keep everything on a positive level when things haven't gone the way that you had hoped they do. But, that's all part of learning what it takes to win at the big league level. Here's the Red Sox lineup that Robbie will face here this afternoon. Dustin Pedroia, the second baseman, leads off. Then it's Shane Victorino in right field. David Ortiz bats third, is the DH. Mike Napoli, the cleanup hitter, plays first. Johnny Gomes in left field. A.J. Brzezinski back behind the plate. Xander Bogaerts is the shortstop, batting seventh. Jackie Bradley is in center field. And Jonathan Herrera, the third baseman, bats ninth.
And on the mound with our Sonic scouting report is Robbie Ross. He's had 7 starts this year. The last 2 have not gone well. He's 1-3 with a 4.74 ERA. His opponent's batting average has risen to .314. That's the 4th highest in the American League. In his second start of the year in Boston, he pitched a pretty good game against the Red Sox. He only gave up a couple of hits. He did walk 6 in that game, but he pitched out of some jams, pitched 5 1/3, struck out 4, and had a solid start. He's trying to bounce back from a couple of starts in which he's totaled 8 2/3 innings and 12 runs.
We'll take a look at the defense this afternoon. It's brought to you by the New Broncos Convention and Visitors Bureau. Shitsu in left field. Leonis Martin in center. Alex Rios is in right. Fielder at first. Rupert Odor with his second opportunity at second base. Elvis Andrews the shortstop. Adrian Beltre at third. And J.P. Arancibia. He is calling the pitches behind home plate for Robbie Ross Jr. So Robbie set to go to work. Pedroia steps in, hitting at .284. The Sox and Rangers have split the first 2 games of this series. Pedroia, as we mentioned, had a big role to play in last night's game, both with the bat and with the glove. First pitch of the afternoon is a fastball, and it's on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Pedroia, a home run and 11 driven in. Last 7 ball games, you can see he has really been swinging the bat well. .357 the average. And Ross quickly out in front of the count, 0-2.
I thought it was interesting, Buzz, in Mariano Rivera's new book. Now, obviously, as long as he played for the Yankees, he's seen Dustin Pedroia 15 to 20 times a year for a long time. He was asked about Robinson Cano, and he actually made the comment that he felt Pedroia was more focused, a little more intense, and how much he loved to watch Pedroia play. Now, he didn't say anything necessarily bad about Cano, but you almost got the feeling he kind of admired Pedroia.
Yeah, exactly. chop foul. And I think part of the quote, at least the one I read, was that Rivera said starting a team that he would take Pedroia over Cano as the second baseman.
Yeah, he did.
And that's saying something.
It sure is.
You know, with that rivalry the Red Sox and Yankees have had all these years, and Rivera being right in the middle of it, not very often you get a Red Sox getting that kind of recognition from a Yankee.
No. And, you know, I think a lot of baseball people would feel the same way. Obviously, it's difficult to find anything wrong with the numbers that Cano puts up. Obviously, he's an excellent player. But Pedroia brings so much more than just the performance on the field.
That one's in the gap in left center field. It's going to the wall. Chu plays the Karen. Pedroia at second puts the brakes on, and he is aboard with a leadoff two-bagger. And that is something that Dustin Pedroia has been doing with regularity this year, banging doubles around the ballpark.
Well, the one thing that has plagued Martin Perez and Robbie lately are pitches like that. Pitches that are right in the middle of the plate. That's a breaking ball. I'm not sure. It looked like he was trying to throw a backdoor breaking ball and catch the outside corner, but it breaks right to the middle of the plate, right in his zone that he likes. And so he rips the ball in the gap. And it was a strike, but it wasn't the kind of strike he was trying to throw right there to Pedroia.
And the bunt is down from Victorino. Beltre fires on to first. The sacrifice goes 5-3. Pedroia to third. He's there with one out. And David Ortiz coming up. So Shane Victorino gets the sacrifice bunt down. And now it'll be up to the designated hitter, Big Papi, David Ortiz. You know, a great afternoon out here at Globe Life Park. 82 degrees at first pitch. Puffy clouds floating by. A humid but breezy afternoon. And they're not even going to take a chance with David Ortiz here in the first inning. And a lefty-lefty matchup has no appeal to Ron Washington and Mike Maddox. They're going to go away from that idea and bring up Mike Napoli, a right-handed hitter, to face Ross.
Well, obviously Napoli's a dangerous hitter, but I think if you say to yourself, what's the best chance to get out of this inning without a run being scored, it's probably to do this, because Big Papi is going to probably have a better chance to make contact. Napoli struck out 187 times last year. It does set up the potential for a double play, and we'll see how it works out. The unusual part of it, baseball people might say, is a left-hand pitcher walk a left-hand hitter, but that's not a normal left-hand hitter right there. That's a guy that doesn't care who's pitching.
Now it's going to be up to Robbie to make the kinds of pitches that he needs to get out of this jam. Ortiz at first, the intention to walk. Napoli steps to the plate. A .275 hitter. The Rangers have kept him on the ropes in this series. He is 0 for 6. And fastball to the outside corner for strike one. Napoli, the team leader with those 20 RBI, and that on-base percentage at .412. Good for third in the American League. Pedroia at third. Ortiz at first. And the pitch is lined to right field and deep. Rios going back. It's over his head. He can't get there. Pedroia scores. Going to third is Ortiz into second with the RBI double. Mike Napoli makes it a 1-0 Red Sox lead.
And that kind of a strategy only works if the pitcher executes the pitch to get the next hitter. And if you execute the pitch, then you can come away okay. But when the ball is in the center of the plate, it's tough. It's tough to get a hitter like Napoli out. You can maybe make him swing at a bad pitch, make a really good pitch, and get the ground ball. But middle of the plate's probably not going to get it done. Definitely not going to get it done if you choose to pitch to David Ortiz and make that pitch.
Well, the Red Sox out again to an early lead. Here's Johnny Gomes, the left fielder. Others at second and third. The pitch inside for ball one. Gomes has started the last two nights with the left-hander Perez on the mound last night and with Robbie Ross Jr. on the hill this afternoon. .224 with 3 home runs, 15 RBI. And the pitch is low. It's 2-0. Season against the Rangers. Gomes just 2 for 10, but he has driven in 3. 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. Rangers infield playing back with 1 out here in the first. They will give up another run, 4 and out. Pitch chop foul at the plate. And it's 2-1. Ranger defense just about straight away for Gomes, maybe a step around to the left. Outfield shading more toward left field than the infield is. Got Ortiz at third, Napoli at second. The 2-1 pitch coming from Ross. Check swing, he went around. That is 2-2. Gomes not real thrilled with himself or with the call by home plate umpire Vic Carapazza.
And may have had a little bit of a beef there.
I think Carapazza behind the plate made that call. He didn't ask for an appeal.
I don't think so.
2-2.
And that's kind of the reason behind Adrian on the check swing pointing to the umpire to make the call at first base, because he doesn't want the home plate umpire to jump to a conclusion that thing was a swing.
There you go.
He wants the guy at first base to see it. And then if he calls it a strike, so be it. I've actually seen a couple other players doing the same thing.
Yeah, copying Adrian.
Him. That's a pitch.
Pop up on the infield, a jam shot coming down as Odor, and he takes charge right near the mound, puts it away for out number 2, and a good pitch there by Robbie Ross.
Yeah, that's just an example of you make a pitch to a dangerous hitter and you have good results. But if you get it out near the middle of the plate, then Pedroia and Napoli have an easy time with it. But that time, you can see where that ball hits the bat, right off the handle. He ran the cutter right where he wanted to, up and in, and got the little bloopers. That's a big pitch for Robbie. Give up 1 run, okay, but try to get out of it with only 1 run. You've done a good job.
Well, here's A.J. Brzezinski, and he takes strike 1. Brzezinski at 278, 3 home runs, 16 RBI, having a good year. 37-year-old veteran, signing as a free agent with the Red Sox in the offseason. It's outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Brzezinski showing folks that he's nowhere near finished playing baseball for a living. Lasting 11 ball games. Brzezinski with 9 RBI and a .333 average. Foul off the end of the bat to the left, and the count moves to 1-2.
I think it's normal to think when a player reaches his upper 30s and he's caught as much as AJ has, that the end is right around the corner. But he seems to be defying that every year. He comes back and looks just as good right now as he did last year for the Rangers. And last year he hit close to 280, 17 home runs, knocked in 70 runs.
1-2 pitch. We'll try it again.
He doesn't walk, but he's tough to strike out too. He can put balls in play that defy logic.
Especially pitches inside. He gets jammed more than any person I've ever seen, and gets more base hits.
He gets hits on him.
Yeah.
You know, you can't say much.
Ross from the stretch, another 1-2 pitch. Base hit to right field. That's going to score a pair. Ortiz in to score. Right behind him is Napoli. And A.J. Brzezinski with a 2-run single makes it a 3-0 Red Sox lead in the first inning.
It's the same theme that we've kind of talked about with Martin Perez and Robbie. It's the difference between making a pitch and jamming Gomes to get an easy out, and missing your spot and giving up a rope. You're trying to throw this ball down and away, and it's away, but it's up. And the hitter, especially like Brzezinski, has a much better chance of doing some damage when that pitch is out and belt high than if it's out and down around the knees.
Now here's Bogaerts. The shortstop takes a knee-high strike. It is 0-1. So the Red Sox 3 runs on 3 hits and a walk in this inning. Robbie Ross trying to get Bogaerts to end things and give the Rangers a shot coming back here. There's a good tailing fastball that catches the inside corner. A base hit from A.J. Przinsky, and I've seen A.J. do that a lot over the years. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bogarts, the rookie, at 252, a home run, 5 driven in. He's currently mired in an 0 for 12 slump. Got him swinging. Well, Ross gets the strikeout, but a hitter too late to avoid big damage. 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 left. After a half inning, Red Sox 3, Rangers coming up. From the get-go here this afternoon, and we'll take a look at the Southwest Airlines Texas Rangers batting lineup. Leading off, Shin-Soo Choo. He's in left field. Elvis Andrus is next, and it's Adrian Beltre. Prince Fielder bats cleanup. Alex Rios back in right field. Mitch Moreland, the DH, hits 6th. J.P. Arancibia is catching. Leonis Martin in center, and batting 9th, the second baseman, Rougned Odor.
And our Sonic scouting report for John Lackey. Off to an excellent start. Lackey right now is probably throwing the ball just about as well as he ever has. He's coming back from Tommy John surgery, and he's off to an excellent start through 7 starts. Hasn't given up a home run in his last 4 starts. He's pitched very well to left-hand hitters. Left-hand hitters are only hitting .225 against him so far this year. That's 50 points below his career number. He's got his velocity back. He's got the sharp break to his breaking pitches. And he's throwing well right now.
Shin-Soo Choo leading things off, 336 the average. And Lackey's breaking ball down and in. It's 2-1.
Lackey's always been a fierce competitor. Sometimes he is demonstrative on the mound, the way he expresses his emotions. But he's out there to battle you, and he will to the very end.
2-1 pitch. High and outside, 3-1. Lackey, the 35-year-old Abilene native. This is 20th start in this ballpark. And that now is the most of any opposing pitcher. There's a strike to Choo, and it's 3-2. Shin-Soo Choo is going to be wondering what in the world is going on. Last week or so.
Yeah, I in the last week he's had that pitch called several times. That's not even close to being a strike.
Now the payoff pitch from Lackey. Check swing, call, strike 3. And Carapazza rung him up. I should say, Carapazza rung him up. That is out number 1.
This is a guy with a great eye at the plate. And both of those pitches are not strikes. It's almost like they got a vendetta against the guy. It's one thing if a guy doesn't have a clue. He knows the strike zone. Those 2 pitches aren't strikes.
So 1 out. And Elvis Andrus now a 2-hit night last night, a 4-hit night on Friday, facing John Lackey. The first pitch on the outside corner for strike one. Elvis a home run and 9 driven in. Back in that number 2 slot since Friday night. He has not had a lot of success against Lackey over the years. 194. 1-1 now. Lackey to the wind. And Elvis shoots it foul to the right. It is 1-2. Take a look at the Ford leaderboard this afternoon. Career starts against the Rangers. And today is John Lackey's 40th. That puts him one behind the only other active pitcher on that list. That's Felix Hernandez. Roger Clemens and company in the middle of that. There's a base hit to center field. Boy, Elvis really swinging a hot bat now. A 1-out single has him aboard for Beltre.
It's the same theme that we've seen in this series. Line drives and hard ground balls. Looks like he's really concentrating on going back through the middle and lining the ball. Not getting underneath it. You don't see those lazy fly balls to right field. The ball's jumping off his bat, and he's hitting it with authority. That's the way Elvis can play right there.
Well, Elvis with his 7th hit in this series against the Red Sox. He's aboard for Beltre. Adrian hitting .244. Elvis on the move, and the pitch is fouled away down the right side. Well, Elvis, who had a great jump, will have to come back to first base. Lackey fairly easy to run on. A big guy that takes some time to unload the ball to home plate. Adrian Beltre, 3 home runs out of the 14 hits that he's had against John Lackey in his career. Right-hander, a check of first. The 0-1. A ball and a strike. Beltre, 4th all-time games at third base, 2,228 career games at the hot corner. And Elvis driven back by a soft toss from Lackey. Here's a shot from our wedgie cam down the right field line. You get a good idea of Elvis's lead at first. $11 out of 13, Elvis Andrus this year. Lackey ready for the 1-1. Double play ground ball to short. Pedroia turns it. 6-4-3. That erases Elvis Andrus' single. The Rangers are gone in the first. No runs. A hit and nobody left. After 1, Red Sox 3, Rangers nothing.
In Community Corner, and happy Mother's Day to all those mothers out there, and also here at Globe Life Park. Yes, you guys need to give yourself a standing ovation. Community Corner this afternoon, the Texas Rangers, as well as other major league teams, have gone to bat against those who fought against breast cancer. Today, a lot of the players are using pink bats, pink items, and a lot of those pink items will be auctioned off. The proceeds go to the Susan G. Komen, that is Susan G. Komen, Stand Up Against Cancer Fund, and you could go to MLB.com to see all those great items. Buzz?
All right, Nuxie, thank you. Great partnership between Major League Baseball and the Race for the Cure, if you will, the Susan G. Komen Foundation. Doing some great work. Jackie Bradley Jr. leading off in the second inning, and Robbie Ross again getting ahead of a left-handed hitter, but not being able to make the pitch that he wanted to. He's had two pitches that pretty much in the middle of the plate on 0-2. Bradley's fouled them both off. Robbie trying to get that ball into it now, and there's a drive to right center field. That is plugging the alley. It is all the way to the wall. Bradley with good speed at second will put the brakes on there. And for the second consecutive inning, the Red Sox have a leadoff double.
Well, Bradley came into the series hitting right around 200, a little bit below it, but he's swinging the bat pretty well, especially against left-handed pitching. Had some good at-bats last night, and again, you're talking about a pitch right near the middle of the plate. And it's obvious today that that location is not going to get the Red Sox out today. They'll have to make better pitches than that.
Robbie fought that same thing last time out against the Colorado Rockies. Gave up 2 in the first and had trouble making pitches, especially when he got ahead. Jonathan Herrera, a late insertion into the lineup, taking over for Will Middlebrooks. Herrera, a 200 hitter. John Farrell having to go to Herrera as the starting third baseman today. Showing bunt and bunts it down the first baseline. Ross has one play, that's to first with Odor covering. Sacrifice moves Bradley to third. He's there with 1 out now for Dustin Pedroia. And kind of pick up where Jim Knox left off. Players and on-field personnel were pink ribbons in the uniforms and pink wristbands. Lineup cards in pink. Game balls will use pink stitching. And the players will use the pink too. They're the wristbands. And some accessories like shoes. And you see some guys with the sleeves, like Elvis out there with a pink compression sleeve on his right arm. Mike Maddox quickly out to the mound and checking with Robbie Ross, see if he can get him in a little better place mentally. Mother's Day tags on the bags too at Globe Life Park this afternoon. Here's Pedroia up for the second time. Ranger infield pulled all the way in with 1 out. And the first pitch way outside for ball 1. Pedroia led off with a line drive double to left center. That was his 14th double of the year. Ross back to him. And the pitch just inside. It is 2-0. Pedroia, a home run, 11 driven in. You can see half the time that he's had a runner at third and less than 2 out. He's brought him home. Blowing away, it's 3 balls, no strikes. Pedroia hitting that leadoff spot. He'll be followed by the right fielder, Shane Victorino. Red Sox leading 3-0. They are threatening to add here in the second. Had the green light on 3-0, and Pedroia fouled it back to the screen. It's 3-1. Not very often you see a leadoff hitter given the green light on 3-0, but Pedroia is not your typical leadoff hitter. He has the ability to drive the ball out of the ballpark or drive it into an alley. And John Farrell very well aware of that. Now the 3-1 from Ross. Might have expanded his strike zone a little bit there.
I think he did. So I want to get that run in myself.
Well, the count is full to Pedroia.
Pedroia is a career 300 hitter. Knocked in 84 runs last year with only 9 home runs. And he got a lot of hits to knock in runs last year without hitting a home run and knocking in himself.
And Pedroia again defending home plate with that swing. Still 3-2. Robbie Ross sets as he checks third. And the pitch very high and outside, ball 4. Pedroia draws the walk. That puts runners at the corners and brings up Shane Victorino. Well, Robbie having a tough outing so far. He needs to right the ship because that Ranger bullpen is scuffling.
That's a continuing theme. How are you going to get through 9 innings? He's thrown 42 pitches. He only has 1 out in the 2nd inning. 2 of the 4 outs have been sacrifice bunts.
And Victorino had one of those sacrifice bunts in the 1st inning. Bradley, the runner at third. Pedroia at first. Very good speed on the base paths. Victorino also runs well at the plate. First pitch to him is inside for ball 1. Victorino, a .288 hitter. Last 9 ball games, though, he might as well add 70 or so to that. .351 with 7 RBI in those 9 games and 3 doubles. Popped up, foul territory. And Sebia coming over, but it's back 5 rows. And the count evens at a ball and a strike. Victorino checking with the third base coach, Brian Butterfield, to see if there might be something on. Victorino 3 out of 8 in this series, has Bradley down there at third and Pedroia at first. And Robbie Ross, a little toss over to first base. Victorino 3 for 4 with 4 runs driven in yesterday. Ross ready. And misses with ball 2. Victorino this year hitting .438 against left-handed pitching. That's as opposed to .222 against right-handers. Now the 2-1 pitch. High in the air and pulled well foul down the left side. Halfway back in the lower seating area. And the count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rangers over the years have bottled up Victorino pretty well. He was just .192 against the Rangers. A little toss to first, and Bradley coming down the line from third just in case that throw might have gotten away from Prince Fielder. A good look from the top of the lower seating section. Our RF camera roaming around Globe Life Park, giving you all kinds of different views. Ross again tossing to first. Victorino settling back in the batter's box. Robbie Ross reading the signs. The left-hander is ready. A check of the runners, the 2-2 pitch. And that is chopped foul.
Victorino was one of those spunky players that they brought in last year to change their culture, so to speak, and it ended up leading to a world championship. He was one of the contributors to that.
Slowly hit to third. Beltre to second. Odor, the relay not in time. In to score is Bradley. Force play erases Pedroia, but Victorino gets the RBI on the fielder's choice groundout. That makes it a 4-0 Red Sox lead.
And not much they could do on that one. He just kind of beat it into the ground, took a big hop. Adrian was going to get the lead runner. Odor did the best he could to turn it, but Victorino runs well, and there was never going to be a chance for a double play.
So Victorino at first now with 2 outs, and David Ortiz, who was intentionally walked in the first, will step to the plate. Might revisit that intentional walk in the first. It didn't pay off, but you know, the way that Robbie has been struggling locating pitches, I don't think there's a high degree of confidence in his ability to face a hot hitter like David Ortiz.
No.
And so you just take the decision making out of his hands and intentionally walk him to set up maybe a double play possibility.
Yeah, even though it's lefty-lefty, I'm behind that move all the way. The way Ortiz swings the bat, doesn't matter whether it's a lefty or a righty. And I think with Napoli, you do have a potential for a double play, but more than that, you've got the potential for a strikeout,
right?
Which you know, obviously didn't get it. He didn't make a good pitch, and Napoli doubled. But the strategy is sound strategy, but the execution just wasn't there.
You know, some people might say, well, how's he going to learn how to pitch if you take him out of situations? This isn't a learning process up here.
No.
This is about winning ball games.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's in
Houston
this role.
If you're the Houston Astros, it's a learning experience, but this isn't the Houston Astros.
A great back catch in foul territory. Boy, he had a long way to go. The only Ranger on that side of the infield, Beltre, tracking it down. Side retired, the Red Sox add on a run. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Red Sox 4, Rangers nothing. Families celebrating Mother's Day out at the ballpark. Great opportunity to spend some time with Mom and enjoy a Ranger baseball game. Bottom of the second inning, Prince Fielder leading off against John Lackey, and the first pitch is high for ball one. Fielder at 226 with 3 home runs, 14 driven in. He's had a couple of handfuls of at-bats against Lackey. 333 the average for the Ranger first baseman. Fielder, Rios, and Moreland here in the Rangers second. Some catching up to do. They trail 4-0 to the Red Sox. Little rip at a high fastball. That moves the count to a ball and 2 strikes. See, we have seen Prince Fielder in this homestand start to spray the ball around with authority going the other way and up the middle. That usually is a pretty good sign. Hitter starts doing that. Hitting the ball hard going the other way. We've talked about Mitch Moreland doing that and signaling his emergence from an offensive downturn. Same thing is true for Prince Fielder. 2-2 pitch from Lackey. Back to the mound. Lackey a lob over to Napoli. Fielder's retired. 1 away for Alex Rios.
Yesterday we were talking about John Lester and obviously what an outstanding pitcher he is, but also how well he pitched in the postseason last year. He won a couple of games in the World Series. Well, John Lackey pitched very well in the postseason last year as well. He was 3-1, had a 2.77 ERA. He beat Justin Verlander 1-0 in a big game. He also had a big relief appearance. He had 4 starts in a relief appearance in the World Series, so he was a big reason why they were successful in the postseason. Saved his best pitching for the postseason.
Lackey pouring in a fastball to Alex Rios, 0-1. Rios, a .310 hitter, and he lashes it foul and out of play down the right side. 0-2. Rios with a couple of home runs. He now has a team high 20 RBI, a 3-game hitting streak. Seen him gone 4 for 9 in that span of ball games. Laid off the breaking ball from Lackey, and it's 1-2. Rios on this homestand is 4 for 12. He had 3 RBI in the first 4 games of the stand. 2-2. As Lackey missed outside again. Rios, the tall, lanky outfielder. Good power waiting, and Lackey back to the plate. Call strike 3, and Alex knew it. It's like a little cut fastball action, and Lackey gets his second strikeout.
Yeah, good velocity on that pitch at 93 miles an hour.
Fans, it's time for you to tweet your photo for a chance to have it shown on our upcoming broadcast. All that thanks to AT&T. Use hashtag Southwest Fan Photo, and your photo might be selected to be aired during the season. We will give you today's selection a little bit later on in the ballgame. 2 outs in the Rangers' second. Here's Mitch Moreland. Mitch hitting .304 as Lackey comes to the plate and misses outside for ball 1. And with those numbers, .250 against John Lackey in his career. Had a good rip and fouled the pitch off to the left. 1-1. And clouds off and on overhead. Very humid afternoon, and we understand a pretty good chance of rain tomorrow, so this is a forerunner of what we can expect here in North Texas, maybe tomorrow night. 1-1 pitch. Actually, I think the weatherman's just getting us used for Houston. Getting us used to it.
One thing good about Houston, it can do whatever it wants there. They'll just put the roof up.
Mitch Moreland has fared well against the Red Sox. You see in his last 10 ball games, Mitch hitting .455. 1-2 pitch from Lackey. Tried the back door and found a lock on it. 2-2. Lackey, who began his career with the Angels, went over to the Red Sox, big free agent acquisition, and had all kinds of arm problems early. Boy, people in Boston area saying, what in the world did we do? Giving this guy a 5-year contract. Foul back. But he has come back, and he's pitching every bit as well as he did prior to the arm problem.
Yeah, I think he's back. He had the Tommy John surgery, and he's throwing, looks like the old John Lackey to me right now.
Lackey peering in for the signs from A.J. Przinsky. Another 2-2 pitch to Moreland. Got him swinging. Tailing fastball and back-to-back strikeouts. Rangers gone in order in the second. After 2, it's the Red Sox 4 and the Rangers nothing.
Happy Mother's Day, and thank you for all you've done to make us who we are today. It's men doing what we need to do every day, and raising us the right way and making the men who we are. And just want to say thank you again and Happy Mother's Day, and hope you have a special one.
Amen, Matt Harrison. That's nice sentiment, Matt.
Very well said.
Yep. Got a lot of the moms out here with families and enjoying a great day at the ballpark. And the Rangers trying to turn it around a little bit, make the score great. 4-0, the Red Sox leading. Mike Napoli starting off the third inning. Napoli had an RBI double in the first. And Ross misses inside. 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, Robbie's had to throw 50 pitches through 2 innings. He just needs a couple of quick innings right here to have any chance of pitching deep into the ball game, which is exactly what the Rangers need.
And he falls behind Napoli 3-0.
I hate to say forget the score, but even though it's 4-0, pitching 5 or 6 innings is kind of critical right now.
Sure is. And a strike to Napoli.
I can remember several games where Nolan pitched, where he threw, I don't know what the pitches were, 40 pitches in the first inning and gave up 5 runs. And, you know, his mentality after that was, okay, I can't do anything about the 5 runs. What I can do now is make sure I give the bullpen as much rest as I can. I'm going to bear down and somehow get through 5, get through 6 innings. And so the final line doesn't look that great, but after the start, you know, it's that determination, that grit that allowed him to do that. And much more difficult for a young pitcher who hasn't been a starting pitcher, but that's kind of the challenge right now for a young starting pitcher.
Beltre fires on to first, and Napoli is retired, 1 away. Yeah, and we'll get out to that in just a second. It's time for a Mazda game break right now. Here's Aaron Hardigan. Aaron. All right, Aaron, thank you. 1 out, Johnny Gomes is the hitter. And he takes an off-speed pitch that floats in for strike 1. The other part of that, Tom, granted, Robbie hasn't started at the big league level, but he's been a pitcher at the big league level for the last 2 years.
Sure.
And, you know, it's not like you sit in the bullpen and are not aware of what is going on with starting pitching. And you're very well aware of what happens when a guy doesn't go 5 innings as a starter, how it affects you in the bullpen.
Yeah.
So you have to know that. And I think anybody that has been at the big league level for more than a month should know those kinds of things and find a way to have that kind of determination you're talking about. Up the middle, a base hit for Gomes. He got sawed off, but able to muscle it into center. We're a 1-out single. That'll bring up A.J. Pierzynski.
Catcher A.J. Pierzynski.
Our steel pitch tracker showing you that pitch also pretty much in the middle of the plate. A 1-on, 1-out, Pierzynski, a 2-run single in the first. A.J. a 286 hitter as he stands at the plate. First ball swinging as his normal custom. It's fouled off for strike 1. I think if you kept track of the number of pitches that hitters saw before they swung the bat the first time, A.J. would be about 2/10 on average.
A low man on the totem pole.
Yeah. He likes to swing the bat, and he's very good at it, too. Gomes at first. Ross checks him. Looper to the left field. Chu started back, now comes on. Still coming. Has to slide to make the catch.
Wow, he made a comeback and had to make a spectacular play. Took a little bit of a circuitous route to that ball, but he got the job done.
The fans throw up the Chu chant. The break back just a couple of steps for Shin-Soo, and then good speed to be able to make up the ground. So 2 away. Xander Bogaerts, the shortstop, is next, and he takes a strike in the inside corner. Bogart struck out to end the Red Sox first inning. Changeup floats down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bogart, 7 strikeouts in his last 13 at bats, and he is hitless in that span. To center field, hit pretty well. That chases Leonis Martin back, but with room, Martin makes the grab, and that'll do it. So Robbie Ross able to work around a 1-out single. The Red Sox strand their 3rd runner. 4-0 Sox as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. Baseball on Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find Southwest Airlines fares online only at southwest.com. A sunbathed crowd at the moment out here, and the Rangers coming to bat in the bottom of the 3rd inning, trailing 4-0. It'll be the bottom 3rd of the order. J.P. Arancibia, Leonis Martin, and Rougned Odor. First pitch from Lackey is outside for ball 1. JP hitting at 120, a home run and 6 driven in. Had a rip and fouled it straight back, 1-1. Arancibia making his 17th start, including 6 out of the last 11. It's 3 for his last 11, swinging the bat, getting some results that maybe he hadn't gotten before. It's fouled away, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's hit a couple balls that have come very, very close to going out, and they've turned into outs.
I'm thinking that one in Anaheim would have been a grand slam.
Yep. Call strike 3. Lackey pinpointing the outside corner. That is his 4th strikeout. And Sebia gone. Leonis Martin coming up.
4th strikeout, 3 in a row. And Alex Rios looking at a fastball. He's going to get JP looking at a fastball right there. Probably thought that one's a little bit outside.
Here comes Leonis Martin. Martin, the number 8 hitter in the Ranger order, hitting at 292. Showing bunt. That had Herrera charging down the line from 3rd.
I think he wanted to bunt that, Buzz. I think he got fooled by the curveball.
Lackey winds, and another breaking ball that's ripped out and missed. 0-2. Mentioned in our opening of the show that Leonis Martin, a 12-game hitting streak here at home. And he's hit safely in 13 of his last 15 games overall. That foul ball got him on the front leg, and he's going to have to hop around for a minute.
He made a couple of throws in the Colorado series that kind of got away from him a little bit, but he was right back on track last night. Beautiful throw to the plate. Fast runner at second, got a good jump, but he couldn't outrun the bullet that he threw home on one hop.
Yeah, Leon's getting back in there and stepping rather gingerly on that sore right foot. 0-2. Martin this year, a .379 average at home. That's good for third in the American League. Lackey, a long look, now goes to the wind. Another foul ball. Lackey, 38 total pitches thus far, 25 strikes, 13 balls. Pitching with a 4-0 lead. Red Sox had 3 in the first, 1 in the second. Again, the 1-2. Pulled on the ground, foul outside first. Lackey pulling the string there, and fan brought a glove and reached over and made the play. Lackey with a new baseball, reading the signs. And another foul ball chopped on the first base side. And Martin spoiling some good pitches. Lackey continuing to try to get the ball in on him. With 1 out here in the third inning. Martin trying to keep those pitches out of the inside area. Steel pitch tracker showing you the location of those. And Lackey comes a little further inside. Couldn't get Martin to offer at it. It's 2-2. Lackey back to the plate and missed low. 3 balls, 2 strikes. A good at bat here by Leonys Martin. This is his 10th pitch of the at bat coming. He has worked Lackey pretty well. Caused Lackey to walk down the back slope of the mound and talk to himself a little bit. The big right-hander back up on top, ready to go. Payoff pitch on the way. In the air to center field. Bradley jogging back to his left a few steps, makes the grab. And that 10-pitch at bat goes in favor of John Lackey. That is out number 2. The fans, Wednesday, June 11th, the Rangers are hosting a special Fields of Fashion pregame event. Your ticket includes a pregame buffet at the Jack Daniels Club, an MLB merchandise goodie bag worth $75, and a look at new women's merchandise. It's a perfect last-minute Mother's Day gift for all you procrastinators out there. Visit TexasRangers.com/fashion to learn more and get your tickets. Rougned Odor. Foul tip into the glove of Pierzynski. It's 0-1.
Rougned came into the game late last night, got a pinch hit and a line shot into left field. Got a nice little taste of the big leagues at a young age.
Youngest player to appear in a major league game this year. The previous mark had been held by Luis Sardinas, his teammate.
Now they're both here.
Yeah. The Tom Grieve minor league player of the year last year. Rougned Odor. 0-2 pitch. Got him on the fist. A little looping one hopper out to Pedroia. Waits for Napoli to get back to the bag and throws out Odor. The Rangers gone in order. It is 7 straight sent down by John Lackey. On to the 4th. 4-0 Boston.
Rangers with some work to do, down 4-0 as we head to the fourth. And you guys, on May 20th, two of my favorite worlds are colliding, the Texas Rangers and Texas Tech University. And the beneficiaries of that day will get one of these hats. It's called University Days that the Rangers have started in their beginning with the best university around, the one I went to, Texas Tech. And on May 20th, Cliff Kingsbury, the head football coach of the Red Raiders, will be here. They're inviting all Texas Tech fans to take advantage of a very special offer. Go to texasrangers.com/Texas Tech. The first 1,000 fans that purchase those tickets will get to see a great play like that, hopefully. And they will get a voucher for one of these awesome red and black Texas Tech/Texas Rangers hats. Okay?
Thanks, Ellen. Boy, Rougned Odor is just an outstanding play. Watch this, full dive.
That ball's really ripped. Looked like it was going to be a base hit, but he's able to take a step and a dive and get his glove on it. And then get on one knee and make the throw to first base. That was a beautiful play. Bradley continues to hit the ball hard in this series. Robbed of a base hit right there. Bradley had a double and scored a run in the second inning. Hit that one just as hard.
Here's Jonathan Herrera, switch hitting infielder up there from the right side against the left-hander Ross, and Robbie misses low and outside. The reactions from Odor going after it and just getting enough glove on it to keep it around him. Fouled off to the right, and the count moves to 1-2. Herrera, a sacrifice bunt, his first time up. That led immediately to the fourth run of the game, and the last run of the game for the Red Sox so far. Fouled straight down, and Herrera able to stay alive at 1-2. Red Sox 4 runs on 5 hits thus far. Rangers no runs on just 1 hit. Ground ball right back to Ross. That'll be a little toss over the fielder. And that is out number 2.
Yeah, it's a little better. 4 straight outs for Robbie. He is getting his pitch count a little more under control. Hopefully having a nice 1-2-3 inning. That'll cool you off right there. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Don't worry about what gets on you.
No, it's okay.
Nothing you can do about it. Let it go.
Back to the top of the Red Sox order, Dustin Pedroia. First ball swinging, pops it up. Long run for Odor, long run in for Alex Rios, and he puts it away. An 8-pitch inning as Robbie Ross has his first 1-2-3 frame. After 3.5, 4-0 Boston.
This afternoon, all of a sudden, the Fox Sports Fan Express rolls in from Waco, Texas, courtesy of who?
1660 ESPN Central Texas.
That's right, and on board, plenty of great Ranger fans, along with plenty of great mothers. Happy Mother's Day. Did you guys have a good trip?
Mother's Day.
I'm sorry.
You guys have a good
Oh, yes, definitely. It's been awesome.
All right, okay. All we need now is a Ranger comeback win, right, guys? There we go. All right, Buzz.
All right, Doxy. Keep them fired up down there. Yeah, great way to celebrate Mother's Day with that comeback. That'll be the top of the order to face John Lackey here in the fourth inning. Chu, Andrews, and Beltre. Shin-Soo Choo called out on strikes his first time up. It is ball one. Chu with still the second best on base percentage in all of baseball. Hit that ball well to left center field. Way back toward the bullpen. Goodbye. Shin-Soo Choo just crushed that hit. His fourth home run of the year. The Rangers are on the board. It's now 4-1 Boston.
That was like the ball he hit the other night when it didn't look like the ball was carrying that well. He hit that shot over Bradley's head. Short out the wall in center field for an extra base hit. That one, man, that thing just got up in the air and took off into the bullpen. He killed that ball.
Just to the right of the 390 sign. That had plenty to spare.
There's a lot of pop going the other way with a home run, boy.
Goodness. Oh, a 4-1 game now. And Elvis, who singled his first time, takes a strike. Chu driving that ball right on out of here. There's strike two to Andrews. Guys, the Boston bullpen just watching that thing sail over their heads. They see you. Elvis back in. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Elvis now at 261 with the average after that first inning single. And he pops this one up. Right center field. Victorino moving over into the alley. Makes the catch. That is out number 1. And it brings up Adrian Beltre. Folks, we invite you to watch Chevy Hometown Kids with us every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock right here on Fox Sports Southwest, where it's not about the score, it's about the experience.
I think that's first ball Elvis is hitting the air, a pop-up. Everything else has been a ground ball or a line drive. First ball he's really gotten underneath and popped up in this series. Looking good at the plate.
Beltre 0 for 1, grounded into a double play in the first. A little late going after that Lackey fastball. Count of 0-2 now.
One thing about early in the season, if you have a couple of good games back-to-back, you can get right back to respectability. Elvis was down in the 220, 215 area, and with a couple of solid games, right now he's hitting right around 255 to 260. He's starting to zero in on respectability.
Yep. Lackey's 0-2 pitch. Now 1-2 to Beltre. That home run, by the way, to Shin-Soo Choo, estimated at 411 feet. There's Shin-Soo. Well, he really drove that ball to the other alley. That's as far as I can remember a guy hitting the ball out there, left-hander.
Yeah, I remember the first year of the park, Juan Gonzalez was complaining that was too far for a right-hand hitter to hit a ball. And early in the season, Jim Thome hit one almost like that, only a little bit to the left and maybe 5 rows back in the seats. And everybody said, well, if a left-hand hitter can do it, a right-handed power hitter ought to be able to do it.
Beltre grounds out for the second time to shortstop. 2 outs and a fielder coming up. Yeah, you would think so. And
for Thome, it's one thing. Thome hits one way out there, 410, 415 feet, as big and strong as he is. But we got a leadoff hitter that can do that left-handed. He hit the same ball.
Here's Fielder, who tapped back to the mound his first time up there. Shift is on for him, and the first pitch is high, and not a gigantic overshift with Bogarts, the shortstop, shading up the middle. Pedroia, the second baseman, a couple of steps out of the outfield grass. Lackey with the 1-0 pitch. Hard hit up the middle, base hit. You can't have enough infielders to protect against the ball they hit that hard. Fielder with his first hit of the afternoon.
That was almost a carbon copy of the base hit that Ortiz had to break up Darvish's no-hitter the other night. Even with all those infielders, there still are some holes out there. You just have to hit it hard enough to find a hole between them so they can't catch it.
The fielder aboard with 2 outs. Alex Rios now will step to the plate. Rios called out on strikes in the 2nd inning. Well, Alex hitting at .308 as Lackey prepares to make the first pitch. 1 ball, no strikes. Our Coors Light Cold Hard Fact brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Those pink bats first used on Mother's Day 2006. Over 40 players used the pink bat. 7 hitting home runs, including Alex Rios. Now let's see if history repeats itself. He's ahead in the count. 2 balls, no strikes. Of course, the pink bats, all the pink baseball's partnership, raising breast cancer awareness on this Mother's Day. Now Rios back in. Lackey studying the signs from Pierzynski. Right-hander sets. There's a rifled shot to right center field. That's in for a hit. Fielder around second. He will motor into third as the throw comes in towards second. Boy, and Alex Rios, if he'd gotten that up in the air, it would have gone out of here. Hit that ball hard.
Oh, they're starting to get some hard hits this inning. Home run, hard ground ball up the middle, line shot to right field. One more right here for Mitch Moreland. Get right back in this ball game.
Yeah, runners at first and third after a couple of ripped singles.
That's about as nicely as you can line a ball into right center field right there. Well hit ball by Alex.
That allowed Prince to head on around to third base. So he's there with Rios at first and 2 outs. Moreland coming up. Mitch a strikeout his first time up there. Lackey staring in for the sign, has one he wants and sets at the belt. And Moreland takes a knee-high strike. Mitch an even .300 average as he faces Lackey here in the 4th inning. Lackey's next pitch. There goes Rios. The pitch is swung on and missed. The throw is not in time. Sliding in safely with a stolen base, Alex Rios.
A strong throw by A.J. A.J.'s throwing the ball well. Threw out a couple of runners the other night. Right there. Well, now you got your work cut out for you. You got 2 men in scoring position. You're down by 3, but you're down 0-2 to a good pitcher with a good assortment of pitches. So to shorten up, try to go back through the middle and make some contact.
Now we've seen Mitch in this kind of a situation in the last few weeks going the other way with when he got down to the count.
Yep, that's a good idea right here.
Taking some pitches away from him and driven them to left field. In the infield, shading around to the right. Third baseman Herrera way off that line. There's plenty of space between him and the third base line. Now Moreland asked for time as he wasn't quite ready to step in there. Moreland with a dozen RBI this year. Had a hanging breaking ball and fouled it straight down. Still 0-2. I think he'd like a mulligan on that. Pitch came up there screaming, hit me. Ooh, boy, that is the visual definition of a hanger right there. Lackey again, staring in for the sign. Now he's ready. And Moreland a swing and a miss. And the out will be recorded at first. So Moreland leaves a couple aboard. The Rangers get on the board with Shin-Soo Choo's home run. A run on 3 hits, 2 left. We're going to the 5th. 4-1 Boston. Are teaming up to send you on a VIP flyaway experience with your home team in LA. Text VIP to 638761 for your chance to be treated with VIP status. The Rangers trying to claw their way back in. It's now a 4-1 Boston lead. We go to the top of the 5th inning, and as always on our Fox Sports Southwest telecast, joining us for the 5th inning, Rangers Live co-host Mark McLemore. Mac, nice to see you this afternoon.
Good to be here.
Missed you for a couple days.
Yeah. You guys kind of
had to keep
locked the door a little bit.
Yeah, we did. We do that every once in a while.
I understand. I wasn't swinging the bat so well, so you kind of put me down to the bottom of the order. I get it.
Yeah, you had your struggles against Colorado in that one game. That was enough. You've seen enough. At the hook. Hard hit ball. Oh, flag down by Beltran.
Oh, it was by him.
Wow. How good is that? The throw at first was dropped. So Victorino is safe. That's a shame. Great play.
Let's see that again. See how he caught that ball.
Wow. It's that glove and that ball magnet. Pitch outside to David Ortiz. 1-0 the count. Ortiz intentionally walked in the first, fouled out in the second. Late swing and a miss there. 1-1. Ball just rolling out of Rich Fielder's glove. So Victorino aboard on the error charge to Fielder. The 1-1 pitch, and that's outside. Ortiz, a .264 hitter at the moment. Hit his 7th home run of the year last night. That was his 19th home run in this ballpark. That's fouled away to the left. And the count evens at 2-2. And for Ortiz, that is second all-time on as far as visitors' home runs here. Jason Giambi with 20 of them leads the pack. Ross sets. And ground ball slowly hit to Beltre. Underhands to Elvis on the first and double play. Your typical 5-6-3 double play. There you go. That takes care of the error.
You see that play happen all the time, don't you? Third baseman flipping to the shortstop to turn 2.
Yeah.
With the shifts that they put on today, at least you have a chance to see it. In the old days, that's something you would never dream of seeing. But now with the shifts, actually, occasionally you do see it. Nice job by Beltre. Fielded it and flipped it like a shortstop.
Might have taken Adrian back to his high school days and playing shortstop.
Elvis coming across the bag like a second baseman. Wow.
No, the base is empty now for Napoli, who's 1 for 2.
Yeah, meanwhile, Buzz, exactly what we were talking about with Robbie, he's in the process of doing. Recovering from high pitch count in the first 2 innings, not making his pitches, settling down a little bit, starting to pitch a little deeper into the ball game. So good job right here by Robbie. First inning, he made some mistakes and gave up a bunch of runs, but since that time, he's starting to settle down and make some pitches.
The 2-2 to Napoli. Or I should say the 1-1, excuse me. Now it's 2-1. Napoli, an RBI double in the first inning, came around to score in that frame, and last time up, grounded to third. And the pitch is a bit high. 3-1 now. Napoli hitting fourth to be followed by the left fielder, Johnny Gomes. Towering foul ball. That's well back and out of play on the right side. And it fills the count. Robbie Ross threw 28 pitches in the first inning, 22 in the second. And then in the third and fourth combined threw 23. So there's what you're talking about, Tom.
Yep.
He won't get himself right back in the ball game, getting himself back on track to work deep. Call strike 3. Napoli dropping his equipment at home plate. Having something to say to Vic Garabosco. He's gone. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and nobody left halfway through the ball game. 4-1 Boston. AT&T UVerse TV tells you that after the Rangers come from behind win here this afternoon, it's on down to Houston. Take on the Astros for 3. Soo Choo and the Rangers facing Jose Altuve and the Houston Astros. Altuve with 13 stolen bases, leading the American League in thefts. JP Arancibia, who struck out his first time, is swinging strike one on the breaking ball. Lackey back to the plate. Gets the foul ball off to the right. 0-2. JP a home run and 6 driven in. Had a 2-hit game out in Anaheim against the Angels. Another pop foul that is headed toward the Ranger dugout and back about 4 rows. Still 0-2. The significance of that 2-hit game for JP was that he hadn't had one since last August. He was with the Blue Jays. It had been a while between multi-hit games for him. Battling here to get aboard to start off the Ranger 5th inning. Spoiling some pretty good pitches as Lackey staying away from him. Lackey reading the signs, the right-hander to the wind, and the 0-2 is high. A ball and 2 strikes. Boston this afternoon, 4 runs on 5 hits. Their damage done in the first 2 innings against Robbie Ross and the Rangers. Got him swinging. Fastball up and in, and kind of tied up Arancibia. 6th strikeout for Lackey. One away to Leonis Martin coming up. And time for a Mazda game break once again. Here's Aaron Hardigan. Aaron? All right, Aaron, thank you. Astros had a couple of those games pretty much salted away and lost leads late in the game to Baltimore. It's a drive to right field, but right at Victorino. Froze right in his tracks, and the ball came right to him. And Martin hit the ball sharply, but he has nothing to show for it.
Yeah, Leonis day to day continues to make progress as a hitter. It's better and better. The more he plays, the better he gets. Nothing to show for it today, but he's hit the ball well a couple of times.
2 out, bases empty. Rougned Odor is stepping to the plate. Mac, what have your impressions been of Odor? You had a chance to see him in spring training a little bit and watched him work now in a few games here at the big league level.
I like him. I just like his presence out there in the field. He doesn't look like he's overmatched. He looks like he belongs. Just in a couple of games so far, he hasn't, just had the 1 hit. But he's swinging the bat well. He's putting together some good at-bats.
Rolls over on that one to Pedroia. And that'll do it, a 1-2-3 inning. We finished 5, 4-1 Boston. Matt, thanks for joining us. We'll see you on Rangers Live after the ball game. Rangers baseball on Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Take the EcoBoost Challenge to see why Ford is the best in Texas. Good crowd on hand here this afternoon. They are pulling for the Rangers to make a comeback in this game. Rangers trailing 4-1 as Robbie Ross goes back to the hill, and his job now is to shut down the Red Sox here in the 6th inning. Johnny Gomes, A.J. Pierzynski, and Xander Bogaerts will be the first 3 hitters he faces. And the first pitch, outside, ball 1 to Gomes. Johnny Gomes singled his last time. He is 1 for 2. There's a looper down the right field line. It's slicing and just foul.
Oh,
but Gomes,
he wasn't running. That ball's about an inch foul.
He must have seen something that nobody else did.
He must have some good eyes.
Well, that's the 3rd time today he's gotten jammed by Robbie Ross.
Let's see how far it really was. No, more than that. I thought it was closer than that. That's about 8 inches or a foot. No wonder he didn't run.
Yeah. 1-1 pitch. Now 2-1.
Well, Robbie has had a couple of quick innings. His pitch count is high, but not like it was after 2 innings.
Ground ball, chopped foul.
Nice play.
2-2.
There you go.
Brought the glove just like you told him to.
So much better to make a play with a glove. So much more satisfying than with a net. Net served its purpose, but glove is the way to go.
Yep. Now if you can just get him to wear a Rangers hat with a T on it instead of that B. Outside, 3-2. The count to Gomes. Gomes leading off the 6th. A.J. Pierzynski, the Red Sox catcher, waits to be next. Ross to the wind and the payoff pitch. Elvis up and throwing. That is out number 1. And let's go over and say hello to Jim Knox again, Jim.
Oh, I appreciate it, Buzz. A very special guest right here, and this is Sheila Taylor. She is the honorary Bat Girl, 2-time breast cancer survivor, mother of 3. First off, happy Mother's Day, and it's been quite the Mother's Day. You were down on the field earlier and got to meet some of the players.
I was, Jim. Thank you so much. It was a wonderful experience, one that I will always remember. So,
well, you've been through a lot, and I know you're such a great ambassador of the Susan G. Komen Foundation. You speak for them throughout the year as well.
I do. I've just elected as one of their everyday heroes for the Komen Dallas Race for the Cure in October. So I'm excited to have that platform to promote breast cancer awareness.
Received a nice pink bat with your name on it. Look at there, and a lot of autographs. You know, Buzz and Tom, we need to send some of these guys back to writing class. I can't make out any of these names, but they are autographs. Congratulations. I know you had a great day.
I had a wonderful day. What a great honor, and I'm just so appreciative to Major League Baseball and the Texas Rangers organization.
All right, once again, a lot of the players using pink bats today and a lot of other pink items. MLB.com will auction off a lot of these items, so go to MLB.com. Buzz?
All right, Jim, thank you very much.
Thanks, Sheila. Good job.
Yeah, we appreciate all that Sheila's done, and well, she is a great example of what this is all about today on this Mother's Day. 2-2, the count to A.J. Pierzynski. In the air to left field, Chu backing up a few steps. Now coming back on a couple of steps as the ball dies and able to make the grab. That is out number 1, or 2, excuse me. Pierzynski must be putting some funny spin on the ball out there to Chu. Remember last time Pierzynski hit a shallower fly ball that Chu had to race in and make a sliding catch on. This time he got fooled a little bit too. Our Budweiser pitch tracker will show you inning by inning. Robbie Ross, after that 2nd inning, has really settled down nicely. And he gets a ground ball here to third base across the diamond. And Bogaerts is out. Red Sox gone quickly. Their 2nd 1-2-3 inning in the last 3. After 5.5, Boston 4, Texas 1. time for the Sonic Slam inning, brought to you by Sonic. Today's jackpot is worth $300 and dinner for two at Sonic Drive-In. Today, the Rangers are hitting for Tommy Watson from Mesquite. And if a Ranger hits a grand slam this inning, Tommy Watson from Mesquite is going to be very popular. He wins $25,000. You can register at any participating Sonic restaurant. Now, the top of the order, Shin-Soo Choo, who homered into the Red Sox bullpen his last time up, begins things against Lackey. 0-1 pitch to him. And that's fouled away to the left. 0-2. Our AT&T U-verse rewind will take you back to the fourth inning. Choo facing Lackey, and we'll see you later. He touched that one off. Left out of here in a hurry. 411 feet at least. Later on, that ball came down. Didn't want to do it, and Lackey got him down and in.
Boy, that was a nasty pitch right there. You're heading the count with 2 strikes to throw a 93 mile an hour. It looked like cut fastball down and in. That's a great pitch.
That is strikeout number 7 for the big Texan.
I've seen Lackey throw some big curveballs, that cut fastball. He's had a good fastball today. Hasn't walked anybody. He's had good control all season long. Came into the game with only 11 walks. And still has 11 walks in 8 starts.
Well, here's Elvis, who singled his first time up. He had a good rip at that high fastball, and it's 0-1. Elvis in his last at bat skied to right field. As Tom told you at the time, that's really the first time in the last 3 games or so that Elvis has hit one in the air that was kind of a lazy fly ball that he got under a bit.
Everything's been on the line. Hard ground balls.
1 ball, 1 strike. I guess he can have one of those every 10, 12 at bats, huh?
Yeah, he wouldn't be human. I remember this stat. I won't remember what the number was, but with Wade Boggs, there was some stat where he went X amount of games, a whole season, whatever it was, without popping up to the infield.
Into the corner, Victorino again shading Elvis that way, and Elvis just kind of getting to first base and staring him down out there. That's out number 2. Elvis had the problem the other night with Victorino that took extra base hits away from him, got to a single. Shading him the same way. A 2-away, here's Beltre. Rip and a miss, it's 0-1.
And a slider. Throwing all the pitches tonight. Fastball, changeup, not a lot of changeups, but a few. Slider, curveball, and a cutter.
And a pop-up. First base side, Napoli into foul territory. Wind pushing it. And that right at the railing. Reaches in, and he came out with it. It looked like he had the ball in his glove before he made contact with that brick railing, but like Napoli, a nice job of staying with that pop-up. And in the 6th inning, the Rangers are gone in order. 1, 2, 3, and out they are. We'll go to the 7th. It remains 4-1 Boston on Fox Sports Southwest. off to that 3-0 lead. They made it 4-0 in the second. Rangers answered on Chu's home run in the fourth. John Lackey, 6 innings of work, no walks, 7 strikeouts, and 82 pitches for the big right-hander. Chu's solo home run, his 4th of the year on this Mother's Day out here at Globe Life Park. Great to be able to come out and spend Sunday afternoon with Mom doing something you all enjoy. That's watching Ranger baseball. First pitch by Robbie Ross to Jackie Bradley Jr. is strike 1. Bradley 1 for 2. He was robbed last time up. A great diving stop by Rougned Odor.
Buzz, earlier in the game when we were talking about that game, or several games where Nolan had a bad first inning and ended up pitching fairly deep into the ball game, we were kind of talking about Robbie getting off to a bad start. 50 pitches through 2 innings. Another strikeout, and the need for him, because of the way the bullpen's been used, to do whatever it took to pitch deep into the game. And I think at the time we were probably thinking maybe 5 or 6 innings.
Right.
And here he is in the 7th inning. So he's gone above and beyond what we were challenging him to do. So great job for Robbie.
An outstanding job settling down. He's not given up a hit since the 3rd inning. And working here to Jonathan Herrera, who is 0 for 1, a sacrifice bunt and a ground out. Ross back to the plate and misses low and inside. Robbie just getting over the 100 pitch mark, 103 on that last one. Robbie to the wide, the 1-1 pitch. Chopper slowly hit to third. Beltre, a bare hand, fires and got it. Adrian Beltre, that ball must have come back to his right when it hit the ground unexpectedly. So Adrian moved to the bare hand. And, oh well, just throw him out from there. It's fine.
They took a little hop on him. No problem, though, for him.
Well, that is out number 2, and it takes the Red Sox back to the top of the order for Dustin Pedroia. Pedroia 1 for 2, a walk, a double, and a fly ball to right. And he takes strike 1, a little delayed call by Vic Carapazza. Now Pedroia at 287 with the average. One and 1. Just now starting to get a little bit of action out in the Ranger bullpen with 2 outs in the 7th inning. Late swing and a miss. A ball and 2 strikes. And Jason Frazier answered the call out there. He's just starting to loosen up. Not in any terrific hurry. 1-2 pitch. Couldn't quite get Pedroia to offer at it.
I found that stat on Wade Boggs.
Okay.
I'm not sure what year. I think it was 1985. He went 589 at bats without popping up to the infield.
You're kidding.
And the only one he popped up was halfway down the left field line. And the third baseman made a great play on it. Essentially went almost a whole year without popping up to the infield.
It seems almost impossible.
It does. And it speaks to his line drive swing. Now, obviously, he's going to hit some line drives that turn into fly balls that an outfielder catches. But as far as a high pop up to the infield, 589 at bats, and it happened, and he only had 1 of them.
Wow. They also kept the stat about how many times he swung and missed, just completely missed. And it was in the 20s for the entire year.
I'll try to find that one, too.
Now, there are guys that have 20 swings and misses in the same week.
I had 12 in one game.
Pitch high and outside. The count is now full to Pedroia. That's the Pedroia trying to get aboard with 2 outs here in the 7th. Shane Victorino waiting in the on-deck circle. Robbie Ross trying to have another 1-2-3 inning. That has become the norm here in the last 4. Foul back. We'll try it again. Pedroia adjusting those pink batting gloves. Now he's back in, ready to go. Robbie Ross studies the signs, and the left-hander again with the 3-2 pitch. Hit well to left center field. Chu is looking up at this one. It is gone. Now, we talked about Pedroia's power. It was on display there as he got a 3-2 pitch up and out over the plate. His second home run of the year, and that extends the Boston lead to 5-1.
He's not a big guy, but he uses a big bat. He holds it down at the end, and he swings it like a big guy. And occasionally he runs into one and can do that. Hit it 400 feet to left center field.
With that one swing of Pedroia's bat, the ball leaving the ballpark, and that brings Ron Washington out of the Ranger dugout. Look at that ball going into the Red Sox bullpen out there. The Robbie Ross finish for the afternoon. Jason Frazier will come in from the bullpen, and while he makes his way in and takes his warm-up tosses, we'll take a timeout. Back after this on Fox Sports Southwest. Code Ozarka at TexasRangers.com/specials and save up to 50% in select seating areas for most Tuesday games this season. Get your half-price tickets for Tuesday, May 20th. See the Rangers take on the Mariners, and the first 15,000 fans, 14 and older, will get an Adrian Beltre replica jersey courtesy of Smile Generation. Now the veteran right-hander Jason Frazier on now to take the place of Robbie Ross. Robbie did a good job of getting deep into the ball game after a very tough start. And Frazier now, with the bases empty here in the 7th and 2 outs, takes over.
Yeah, it was. Robbie really finished strong. It's a shame he couldn't have gotten Pedroia and finished 7 full innings. But as it is, pitching 6 2/3 after 50 pitches after 2 innings. That's a nice job by Robbie. And it definitely did save several innings from the bullpen.
Frazier working to Shane Victorino. And Victorino lofts a fly ball lazily out to left center field, where Leonis Martin puts it away. 1 pitch and 1 out. A run on Pedroia's home run, 5-1 Boston. Now please join Chuck Morgan as he announces God Bless America to the crowd here at Globe Life Park.
We pause to honor the men and women of our armed services, both at home and around the world. Today we invite you to join in singing God Bless America with Airman Katie Stedman.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the light with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans, white with foam.
Park in Arlington. The Rangers down by a score of 5-1 with some work to do. And guys, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Martin Perez today complained of pain in his left elbow, so he will undergo an MRI and be evaluated. He will for sure skip his next start, so that means that Nick Tepesh will start on Wednesday. Yu Darvish will be pushed back to Friday because of that off day on Thursday, so trying to get everybody a little bit more rest. And then Robbie Ross will be skipped in his next start because of that day off as well. So Tepesh on Wednesday, Darvish on Friday, and then they will begin things over again, giving Robbie a little bit more rest. But they should have the results of that MRI hopefully in the next 24 hours and know the severity of Martin Perez's discomfort in that left elbow.
All right, Emily, thank you. Yeah, hopefully it's nothing major, and a little rest, a little anti-inflammatory. Take care of that, get the soreness out of there. Chris Fielder fouling off the 1-1 pitch. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Prince singled to center field his last time up. A very sharp ground ball, and this time up the Red Sox going into more of an overshift. They had Bogarts, the shortstop, now playing on the second base side of the bag. Just a bit outside. Lackey hoping to get the call, and Dick Carapazzi, the home plate umpire, said no, it's ball 2. Echo showing you, Echo pitch tracker showing you that pitch 3 or 4 inches outside.
That was a strike twice to Shoe, only higher than that.
In the air to left center field, moving over to his right. Jackie Bradley Jr. puts it away. Fielder is retired. 1 gone. Alex Rios coming up. And let's go to Aaron Hardigan with a Mazda game break. Aaron.
Fielder Alex Rios.
All right, Aaron, thank you. Well, that's not the kind of news we wanted to hear out of Oakland. But
Tommy Malone shut him out. I think it was for 8 innings, his former team last night for the A's. I think I only got 1 or 2 hits off him.
Yeah. Alex Rios at the plate, 1 for 2 today. And a single his last time up. Lackey's next pitch tried the breaking ball, left it inside. It's 2-0. So Rios hitting at .313. Went through a little downturn on the road trip, and then the first game or 2 at home. But he's since come out of that very nicely. Fouls off that next pitch. He has gone 5 for his last 11 trips to the plate as Alex Rios. Lackey to the wind, the 2-1. Hard hit ground ball, base hit to center field. Well, Rios is 2 for 3. He's aboard with 1 out. And Mitch Moreland now will come up.
Designated hitter, Mitch.
Time for you to take a look at today's selection of AT&T Fan Photo. Appreciate the good folks at AT&T making all this possible. Fan Photo today comes from Pat. But what in the world is that's got to be one of those Sundays that they have out here, huh? My goodness. Great picture, Pat. I hope you didn't try to eat that all yourself.
I don't know how you lift that, let alone eat it.
Needs handles on it, I think.
Man.
There goes Rios. The pitch gets away from Pierzynski, so Rios sliding in safely with his second stolen base of the afternoon.
Yeah, it didn't matter whether A.J. caught that or not. Last time Alex got a nice jump. A.J. made a perfect throw, but still didn't get him. That time it was going to be a wasted throw anyway. Alex had a great jump.
7th stolen base of the year. Oh, man in scoring position now for Mitch Moreland. Moreland 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Lackey checks him. An off-speed pitch. Swung on and missed. It's 1-1. Moreland trying to increase his RBI total. It currently stands at an even dozen. Rios the lead from second. Another off-speed pitch. Ripped at and missed. Now, Lackey's featured a pretty steady diet of off-speed pitches to Mitch Moreland today. And the bottom dropping out of that one.
The one fastball he got to hit was the first pitch of his last at bat. Took it for a strike. It has been a steady dose of off-speed pitches since then.
That ball's hit well to left field. Slicing away from Gomes. A dive, he can't get there. It's going to the corner. Rios scores easily. Into second with the RBI double is Mitch Moreland. And that cuts the lead to 5-2 Boston. You know, there's Moreland going the other way with that pitch and driving it with authority in the opposite field.
Well, Lackey was having some pretty good success with the off-speed pitches to Mitch. He tries to sneak the fastball on the outside part of the plate by him. But Mitch is just trying to make some contact, hit the ball where it's pitched. And that ball looked like it sliced just enough away from Gomes to where he made a great try but couldn't quite come up with it.
Just missed.
About a couple feet short. Can't fault the effort, though.
Nope, sure can't. I wonder if he thought when he was just starting to go into that dive, I'm not quite where I need to be.
I need a foot longer glove.
You know, I've got to think if you commit yourself to that and start your dive, you know going in that it's probably not going to work out the way you hope.
Yep.
A terrible feeling.
You're just figuring out, okay, I'm not going to get it. How fast can I get up and retrieve it?
Aaron Sebia shot. Bogarts knocks it down, picks it up, throws too late. And Aaron Sebia aboard with what will probably be an infield single.
Well, hopefully it is. He's hit a few balls that he deserved to have hits on and hasn't gotten one. That one looked like he was going to get robbed of another hit. Bogarts was going to go in the hole, pick it on one hop, and probably throw him out. Couldn't come up with it, though. Hopefully that'll go as an infield hit.
It is. Good. Infield single for JP and Aaron Sebia. So he's 1 out of 3 today. Moreland staying at second base with that ball in front of him. But the Rangers now with a 5-2 deficit have the tying run coming to the plate. Nieves out to the mound to talk to John Lackey. Andrew Miller loosening out in the Red Sox bullpen. Well, the Rangers making some noise here in the bottom of the 7th. 3 consecutive hits have plated a run. 2 aboard for Leonis Martin. Martin, a fly ball to center, a line drive to right. That line drive he hit right on the nose, but it was right at Shane Victorino. Moreland at second, Aaron Sebia at first. Leonis hitting .287. Takes a fastball right down the middle for strike 1. Leonis taken all the way. John Farrell. Seen the Red Sox again have a masterful bullpen this year. It's chopped foul. 0-2 to Leonis. Been the hallmark, I think, of Red Sox teams in the last decade or so. A shutdown bullpen. They've had very good starting pitching, but bullpen has really been lights out almost every year that they've had success. Moreland at second, getting his lead as Lackey sets. He misses low and outside. 1-2 to Martin. Leonis with that 4-game hitting streak overall. Trying to get the Rangers even closer. They trail by 3 here in the 7th inning. Swung on and missed. Ball staying right at the feet of A.J. Pierzynski. And that is out number 2 as Martin down on strikes. Now Rougned Odor will come up.
The Rangers haven't had a lot of opportunities with men in scoring position, but when they have, Lackey has really bared down. He got Mitch with men on second and third and 2 outs in the 4th inning with a strikeout. First and second here he gets Martin. Hopefully Rougned will be able to come through with a base hit. Get Rios in from second base. Get Mitch in from second base.
Odor twice this afternoon has grounded out to his counterpart, second baseman Dustin Pedroia. Lackey comes set, and the first pitch. It's outside. He tried the breaking ball, and it hung a little bit for him. 1 ball, no strikes. Odor, before being called up from Double-A Frisco, it hit safely in 9 straight ball games with a 421 clip. Rougned in a situation now where he'd like to channel some of that positive vibe that he had going. 20-year-old second baseman up there, waiting for the 35-year-old veteran Lackey to throw the next pitch. And Lackey couldn't get together on the signs with A.J. Pierzynski, so he says, come on out, we'll talk about it. Now we're set to go. Pierzynski back down behind the plate. He will flash out some more signs. Odor back in the batter's box. Lackey ready. First pitch is looped down the right field line. It is a foul ball.
That would have been an A.J. Pierzynski hit right there. That's what he did to the Rangers in Boston. Got big inning, a little jam shot right over first.
Ball about 5 feet foul, and yeah, that would have probably scored a couple.
Would have gotten Chu up to the plate, too.
Yeah, that's right. A 1-1 the count to Odor. There's Chu waiting in the on-deck circle. Two outs, runners at first and second. Rangers with a run across here in the 7th. They trail 5-2. Trying to go the other way. Odor slaps it out of play to the left. It's a ball and 2 strikes. That foul ball right there in the front row. Almost lost her hat doing it, but she got it. Lackey agrees with Pierzynski on a sign. Got him swinging. Hard breaking ball down and in. Odor down on strikes. Lackey with 9 strikeouts this afternoon. Rangers get a run on 3 hits and strand 2. We're going to the 8th. 5-2 Boston. Jimmy John's freaky fast delivery of the day. Well, for your viewing pleasure, show you some of Adrian Beltre. Freaky fast no matter what position he is in. Barehanded, turning double plays from a shortstop spot. Firing across the diamond. He is something to watch. Freaky fast delivery courtesy of Jimmy Johns, and Adrian Beltre. Now we go to the top of the 8th inning. It'll be David Ortiz to start things off against Jason Frazier. Ortiz to be followed by Mike Napoli and then Johnny Gomes. Ortiz, an intentional walk in the first, came around to score. Other than that, he has fouled out and grounded into a double play. Rangers go into the extreme overshift. The first pitch is off speed and in for strike one. Beltre at the normal shortstop spot, and then you have Elvis kind of at a normal second baseman spot, way out in right field. Rougned Odor. 0-1 pitch. 1-1.
Saw Chu got called to 3-1, 3-2 on a pitch that was farther outside than that and almost high.
There's a strike. 1-2 as Frazier comes back with a well-located pitch.
Can't see number 2. Covered up by number 3.
Frazier, that high set and to the plate, missed outside. 2-2 now. Ortiz, a .262 average. 7 home runs, 19 driven in. With all the walks, though, a good on-base percentage of .366. Frazier trying to get him to start this 8th inning. That's going to be in for a base hit, and over to cut it off, Alex Rios. A sharply hit single for Ortiz, his first hit of the afternoon. 1 on, nobody out for Mike Napoli.
Ortiz is a big guy, but he's got a short, quick stroke. He can turn on an inside pitch. That pitch was out over the plate. That wasn't inside. He generated a lot of power with that swing. That'd be a good heavyweight match right there.
Wouldn't it? A couple of big guys holding down first base, literally over there. Here's Napoli, and Mike takes a strike in the off-speed pitch. Napoli, a first inning double, drove in his 21st run of the year. Other than that, is grounded to third and struck out. Frazier trying to induce that double play grounder. 0-2. You can see Knapp at .276 with the average. 5 home runs to go along with those 21 runs driven in. 0-2 pitch. Got him swinging. Napoli checking with Pierre and Sebia. Looks like he might have gotten him with a backswing. That is out number 1. Let's go over to Jim Knox. Jim.
All right, Buzz. Appreciate it. Real quick time for the progressive fan of the game. I tell you what, it has to go to all the mothers here at Globe Life Park today, but also Shonda. What a sign. What's this all about?
We're celebrating our Riley and Delise Atwood and Marty and Teresa Rose family Christmas. It's also Mother's Day. There's at least 8 of us mothers here. We have a college graduate, my sister, Miranda, a high school graduate, Kaylee Jo Atwood, a kindergarten graduate, my daughter, Riley.
And you also have Family Christmas. Well, congratulations. Here's the shirt. Anything else you'd like to say besides...
Hey, go Rangers!
Thank you.
All right, Knoxing. Place to celebrate. Nothing better than to come out to the ballpark to celebrate, whatever it happens to be. And you get a chance to celebrate a Ranger win. 0-1 the count to Gomes. Johnny Gomes this afternoon, 1 for 3 with a single. He has David Ortiz at first. 1 out in the top of the 8th inning. 1 ball and 1 strike. Gomes this year, just a 200 average against right-handers. Came in the day hitting right at 250 against left-handed pitching. He and Grady Sizemore pretty much in a platoon situation in left field. That pitch high and inside makes him back out of the way. It's 2-1.
Gomes has been productive. He's knocked in 15 runs coming into the game with only 76 at bats. So per at bat, he's definitely been productive.
Aaron Sebia flashed the signs out. Frazier heaves a big sigh and comes set. And the pitch inside. The count goes to 3-1. Now Gomes hitting in the number 5 slot will be followed by the Red Sox catcher A.J. Pierzynski. 5-2 Boston. The hits in this game are even at 7 apiece. The next pitch, pop foul, back into the seats. And the count fills. Red Sox, an even 500 record this year. And this is the second time they have been at 500. We were at 500 before the first game of this series. John Farrell's team had not been at 500 since the first few days of the 2014 season. Now they're trying to climb over that 500 mark. Payoff pitch got him swinging. Back-to-back strikeouts for Jason Frazier. 2 gone. Pierzynski coming up, and Ron Washington is headed to the mound. Well, with Pierzynski coming up there, and Wash wants the left-hander to come on into the ballgame. Pierzynski will face, looks like Neil Kotz is going to come on and take over for Jason Frazier. So 1 on, 2 out. Top of the 8th inning, Rangers trailing 5-2. Neil Kotz on to keep that score right there. Back after this on Fox Sports Southwest. Brought to you by Chevron. Brad Peacock on the hill for the Houston Astros. 0-3 with a 5.01. Colby Lewis will oppose him. Colby brings a 2-2 mark with a 6.12 ERA into that contest. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, right here on Fox Sports Southwest. Well, Neil Kotz has entered the game here in the 8th inning. 1 on and 2 out. Kotz will face A.J. Pierzynski. Numbers on Kotz, and the first pitch to AJ is a swinging strike 1. Pierzynski, 2-run single in the first inning, and up his RBI total to 18 for the year. Instead, he has flied out to left field a couple of times. That pitch way up and in. And Sebia to the backhand to grab it. The ball and a strike. Cott's a high set, a check of first. And Brzezinski reaches for a pitch and a lazy fly ball to right field. Right there. Alex Rios, that will do it. So Cott's, that's the only hitter he's asked to in the eighth. No runs, a hit, one left. Rangers come to bat in the bottom of the eighth, trailing 5-2.
Back to Globe Life Park in Arlington, Texas, where the Rangers currently trail the world champion Red Sox 5-2 here in the bottom of the eighth. Coming up on Rangers Live postgame presented by Esurance, Mark McLemore will rejoin me here in the Captain Morgan Club to dissect today's series finale and hopefully have the answers heading to Houston. We'll also hear from the skipper himself and join Emily Jones down in the clubhouse for player reaction. It's all coming up right after the game on Rangers Live presented by Esurance.
All right, Aaron, thank you. We head to the bottom of the eighth inning. Andrew Miller, we saw last night for one hitter, will take over here for John Lackey to start the eighth. They'll face Chu, Andrews, and Beltran. Or at least Chu.
Andrew Miller has been a tough assignment for American League hitters so far this season. This will be his 18th game. More of a situational lefty, but he's got a great arm. Bunch of strikeouts. And opponent's batting average well under 200.
First pitch is inside to Shin-Soo, who is 1 for 3. Had that long home run to left center field back in the fourth inning. Here's a strike, 1-1. Well, this will definitely test Chu's hitting against left-handers this year. He came in to the game hitting .415 against southpaws. And that is third in the American League. Tough guy in Miller as he drops down a little bit and nails down the outside corner with a breaking ball. 1-2. Echo pitch tracker showing you that just tickling the outside corner. Next pitch to Chu. 2-2. Double-barreled action. You have Craig Breslow, the left-hander, and Junichi Tozawa, the right-hander, getting loose. Got him swinging. Well, Miller, who had struck out Luis Sardinas last night, the hitter he faced, gets Shin-Soo Chu to start off the eighth here this afternoon. Rangers now struck out 10 times against the combination of Lackey and Miller today. Lackey with 9 of them. No walks for John Lackey again. Like a broken record for him this year. A lot of strikeouts, no walks, and he left giving up the 2 runs to the Rangers.
Yeah, the closest he came to a walk was Chu to lead off the game. He went to 3-1, then threw a couple of pitches that appeared to be out of the strike zone. They were both called strikes, so he ended up getting a strikeout. But he had John Lackey's stuff from 4 or 5 years ago today. Looks like he's been that way all season long.
1 ball, 1 strike to count to Elvis. Andrus with a single and 3 trips. And it's tied up with that inside breaking ball, and it's 1-2. Elvis's single came back in the first inning. A 1-out single to center field. He was immediately erased on a double play grounder from Adrian Beltre. Miller with the 1-2 pitch. Hit him. Fastball boring its way in on Elvis, and he had no time to react. That got him right in the side.
Yeah, Miller's a mid-90s kind of guy, too, so we'll have to kind of jog that one off, that's for sure. Miller last year for the Red Sox was off to a great start. 30 innings, he had 48 strikeouts. Yeah, that's not the hip, that's above the belt. That hurts. And he spent from July 7th on the rest of the season on the disabled list. He had foot surgery.
Now 1 on, 1 out. Here's Beltre, who is 0 for 3. Ball 1 sails high and away. Beltre, a couple of ground balls, once into a double play this afternoon. Other than that, fouled out to Mike Napoli. Swung through a fastball. It's 1-1. Beltre 1 for 6 in his career against Andrew Miller. Trying to move Elvis around after the hit by pitch. 1-1. 1-2. Miller's got to be one of those guys that would be classified as sneaky fast. Long arms and legs and a nice easy motion.
Tough to pick up, and he throws hard. It's like the worst combination. Tall, lanky guy. Probably don't pick the ball up that well off him. And he's got a hard breaking ball for a right-hand hitter who throws down and in. Pretty good combination.
There's that hard breaking ball, and he got it a little too far inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rangers looking for something good to happen here in this 8th inning. They trail 5-2. Got him swinging. A breaking ball down and away that time, and Miller gets his 2nd strikeout. 2 away. Prince Fielder now will come up. Well, folks, Sunday, May 18th, that would be next Sunday. Rangers take on the Toronto Blue Jays at 2:05, and the first 15,000 fans get a Prince Fielder bobblehead. That's courtesy of Medical Center Arlington. Don't miss this great collectible giveaway here at the ballpark. Great seats are available at TexasRangers.com, or you can call 972-RANGERS. Fielder, a drive to center field, hit well. Bradley back at the track and makes the catch. Well, Prince gave it a ride, not quite enough steam on it. And the Rangers gone on the 8th. They strand the hit by pitch of Elvis Andrus. We're going to the 9th. 5-2 Boston. Heads back out to the hill on this Mother's Day afternoon at Globe Life Park. Kotz will face Bogaerts, Bradley, and Herrera in this 9th inning. Neil Kotz came on to retire A.J. Pierzynski in the 8th for the final out. He was the only hitter that he was tasked with dealing with. Here's Bogaerts, who is 0 for 3. A strikeout, fly out, and a ground out. Takes ball 1 outside. Bogaerts' average now down to 246. That's in the prolonged slump that he has been in and is still in now. That's gotten even a little bit worse. He's now 0 for his last 15 times to the plate.
He got called up late in the season, played in the postseason, and was very good. But it's tough for a young player without much experience. He doesn't have a lot of minor league time.
No.
To excel day in and day out for 162 games. Getting a good indoctrination. Not easy to hit every day in the big leagues. Not easy for a young pitcher to start 33 games.
Pitch outside to Bogaerts, and Neil Kotz now falling behind 3-1. I've heard a lot of people say you never really know how good a player is going to be until he gets sat down by competition. He's knocked on his rear end. There's a fastball strike. See how he handles adversity, and he can learn from that and become a better player. But that sure isn't a lot of fun.
Well, it's one thing to get called up when you're young and get hot for a couple of months or maybe a month.
Elvis from the sitting position and overthrows first. And that's going to be a base hit for Xander Bogaerts. Well, Elvis made a great effort. Great job just getting to the ball. And then to get off a throw that was reasonably accurate, even better.
Yeah, if you've got the right angle nowadays, you might as well launch it because you got a backstop back there to stop the ball, which is that screen in front of the dugout.
And that goes as an infield single. 8th hit of the afternoon for the Red Sox. One on, nobody out for Jackie Bradley Jr. And Adrian Beltre, the third baseman, not coming down the line, expecting possibly a bunt here in the 9th inning. But Bradley swinging and fouls it back. Bradley, a double in the 2nd inning. Led that inning off by getting aboard and came around to score. He's also been robbed by Rougned Odor at second of a base hit. Last time up, Bradley struck out. Bradley hitting at .220, facing Neil Kotz. Left-hander with a high set, a check of first. 1-1. Lexi Ogando loosening in the Ranger pen, and you look up to the top of the order, which is 2 hitters away, and Dustin Pedroia, Shane Victorino, a pair of right-handed hitters. Now Kotz with the 1-1. Tried the breaking ball and dropped it just off the outside corner. It's 2-1. Beltre still playing up at the cut of the grass at third, just in case. Bogaerts, his lead from first. And the 2-1 pitch is fouled straight down. Bradley has established himself as the everyday center fielder for this Boston club. Folks weren't really sure when Grady Sizemore came over and Victorino came back what they would do with Bradley, but he's played well enough and he's a solid enough defender in center that John Farrell wants him out there every day, or basically every day. Two balls, 2 strikes. Slowly hit down to first. Fielder has 1 play, and that's to wait for Bradley to get there and tag him. That is out number 1. Down to second goes Bogaerts. And we'll bring up Jonathan Herrera. Herrera 0 for 2, had a sacrifice bunt in the second. Since then has grounded out a couple of times. And Mike Maddox out to have a chat with his battery of J. Pierre and Sebia and Neil Kotz. Showed you Alexi Ogando, who is ready in the bullpen if needed. Mike Maddox just some quick instructions. And back to the dugout he goes. So Kotz now to work to Herrera. Herrera hitting 189 in limited action this year. Was after that first pitch and fouls it back. That got a pretty good piece of home plate umpire Victor Arapaza. 0-1 the count. Bogaerts getting his lead from second as Kotz studies the signs. Now the left-hander is ready. And another chopper foul. It is 0-2.
We talked a lot about Chris Martin from Arlington when Colorado was here. Martin was one of the players that the Red Sox traded to Colorado when they got Jonathan Herrera. They were looking obviously for a utility infielder. Colorado made a pretty good trade. They got Franklin Morales, who's in their rotation, and Chris Martin, who's one of their setup relievers, throwing 95 or 96 miles an hour.
Got him swinging. Cutter coming in on Herrera, and Kotz gets the strikeout. And that's going to be the last hitter he faces with the two right-handers coming up. Rod Washington out to the hill, and he will ask for the right-hander Alexi Ogando to come on to face Pedroia. So good job by Kotz. He retires 3 of the 4 hitters that he faced. And he will leave with the man on second base as his responsibility. 2 outs, Ogando coming on. Back after this on Fox Sports Southwest.
And to all mother out there, this is a special day to our mom. I hope I enjoy this day.
All right, Jonas Martin passing along his best to all you moms out there. And now Alexi Ogando on to take over here in the 9th inning, and the first pitch to Dustin Pedroia is outside for ball 1.
Alexi's going to have to work to get that ERA down. It's up to 8.27. Only 16 innings, so in short relief, it'll take a while to get it back down. He's also walked 9 in 16 innings, which is definitely not Alexei when he's at his best.
He fires a strike through there. It is 1-1. Pedroia this afternoon has homered and doubled. He's 2 for 3. 1 for 10 in his career against Ogando. Well, Alexei trying to keep Pedroia under his thumb. Check him second. The 1-1 pitch. Back to him. Speared by Ogando. Little flip over to fielder, and that will do it. So Ogando gets Pedroia to round out to end the inning. We're going to the bottom of the 9th inning. Koji Uehara will be coming in with the Red Sox leading 5-2. Rangers baseball on Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find Southwest Airlines fares online only at southwest.com. By AT&T UVerse TV. Check availability at 1-800-PICK-ATT. Rethink possible. And by your Texas Ford dealer. Take the EcoBoost Challenge to see why Ford is the best in Texas. Now, bottom of the 9th inning. Alex Rios, Mitch Moreland, J.P. Arancibia, the first 3 scheduled to hit, and they will be going against the closer for the Red Sox, Koji Uehara.
Well, it's a tough assignment. Koji, since he's got, well, before that, he's been an excellent pitcher. But he's been terrific since he's gotten the opportunity to close out ball games. Before, he was looked at pretty much as a setup reliever. The Red Sox gave him the opportunity to close games, and he did a tremendous job last year. He's working on a 1.23 ERA right now. He has 8 saves and 22 strikeouts in 14 2/3 innings.
So going to work against Alex Rios, and the first pitch is outside for ball 1.
The formula hasn't changed. An 88 to 90 mile an hour straight fastball and a really good split finger pitch to go along with it.
It's outside, 2-0. Rios 2 for 3 today, a pair of singles. He has scored a run and had a couple of stolen bases. Rangers need a couple of base runners to get the tying run to the plate. That's out of play to the right, and it moves the count to 2-1. Rios facing the 39-year-old Koji Uehara from Osaka, Japan, last year with 21 saves for the Red Sox. Started his major league career with Baltimore. That was back in 2009. Came to the Rangers in 2011. As he misses high, it's 3-1 now to Rios.
The other thing noticeable about Koji is he has to use the maximum glove allowed by baseball rules as far as size goes. It looks like a giant glove.
3-1 pitch is chopped foul outside third. A lot of pitchers would tell you that's part of that's deception for the hitter, so that you flash that big glove in front of their eyes.
Yeah.
Kind of like throwing out of a bushel basket.
Probably not a bad idea if you're strong enough to hold on to it.
Exactly. You get a bad back from holding that glove up. Payoff pitch, ground ball to third. Oh, what a play by Herrera. Scrambles up and throws in time to get Rios.
Come on, we just saw Nolan Arenado do that. Now we got to watch Jonathan Herrera. What a beautiful play. Like that hop was going to carry that ball right into left field. But he just lifted his glove up and speared it. Beautiful play by Herrera. It's a base hit away from Alex, and down by 3 runs, potential leadoff hitter getting on base. It's going to look easy now with that slow motion replay, but
boy,
that's some kind of play, boy. Reach behind his ear to catch it.
Well, here's Mitch Moreland. Mitch had the RBI double his last time up. Takes outside. The splitter missed from O'Hara. Mitch driving in his 13th run of the year. You can see against Koji, Mitch has gone 2 for 2 in his career. He had a rip and fouled it back. It is 1-1. Moreland, a .305 hitter. He stands up there in the 9th inning. Rangers trailing 5-2. And the base is empty, and Mitch trying to change that. O'Hara now working from the stretch. And a swinging strike, too. That was the splitter. Right straight down at the end. O'Hara with a high set. The 1-2. Call strike 3. He painted the outside corner with that fastball, and Moreland caught looking. That is out number 2, and Michael Choice now is going to pinch hit. Echo pitch tracker showing you that rather generous outside corner. A 2 gone. Michael Choice coming to the plate. Rangers leading the world, or at least the American League, in pinch hitting this year. High and tight for ball 1. Michael Choice at .236 for the season. The Rangers pinch hitters in total are hitting .481, 13 for 27. There's a strike. That evens the count. Most hits by pinch hitters in the American League, the highest average, best on-base percentage, slugging percentage, all those tops in baseball. Choice pops it up. Near the stands over there goes Herrera, and it's back 10 rows. The wind pushing that back and out of play. Well, the Rangers now down to their last strike. Ron Washington and Tim Bogart looking on, hoping that their pinch hitter, Michael Choice, can keep this game alive. Choice back in, hitting out of that slightly open stance. O'Hara to the plate. He went around, and O'Hara gets the strikeout and works a perfect 1-2-3 with 2 punch-outs. And the Red Sox have won the series, just their second series in the last 8 to win from the Rangers here in Arlington. So Ron Washington's team going down to defeat. The final score today, 5-2 Boston, as the Red Sox out-hit the Rangers 8-7. Here's the final out. The split finger pitch just disappearing off of Michael Choice's radar, and he could not stop his swing.
Yeah, from behind the pitcher, watching it on TV, it doesn't look like that lethal a combination, an 89-mile-an-hour fastball and a split finger pitch, but all you have to do is watch big league hitters swing it the way Hara. You find out how tough it is to hit when he throws up there, boy.
5-2 the final. The Red Sox win 2 out of 3, and Aaron and Mac will be back to wrap things up right after this.